am about to work row 6 of the pattern. Rows 2 and 6 are worked very similarly. We're working on side 2 of the work. The cables have crossed. The cables want to continue moving to the right or to the left. Let's take a look at this gray cable here that wants to move one background stitch further to the left. There's the 2 stitches from that cable that are the stitches facing forward. There's 2 stitches that have purl bumps on them, and they are the design stitches that face the back of your work. This is the background stitch that this cable wants to end up to the left of. We have this gray cable that wants to travel to the right some more. These are the 2 stitches that will travel to the right. Just to the right of them, I have 2 stitches with purl bumps on them. Those are design stitches that face the back of the work. This is a background stitch to the right of those 2 design stitches facing the back. These stitches want to end up to the right of that background stitch. And we're going to jump over these design stitches facing the back so we can end up to the right of them. The cables that I use for this are called T2F3 and T2B3. The T stands for traveling because these cables are traveling. The 2 represents that there are 2 design stitches that are traveling. The F or the B tell you if you're going to hold your cable needle to the front or the back, and the 3 says that those 2 design stitches are going to jump over 3 other stitches. Those 3 other stitches will be 2 design stitches from the back and 1 background stitch. On row 6, you work the T2F3 first and then a T2B3, whereas on row 2, you work the T2B3 first. I'm just working up to this first cable. See these 2 design stitches. This is a T2F3. I'm going to slip 2 stitches to the cable needle and hold it in front. These are 2 design stitches that face the back, and they have purl bumps on them, so I know I need to slip them purlwise with my marl in front. And this is a background stitch. I know it's a background stitch because it has 2 loops on the needle. I'm going to purl it, and then I'm going to work this design stitch off of my cable needle. I do that by knitting through the back loop of each of the stitches with its previous color. These 2 design stitches have jumped over 3 stitches, and those are the 2 design stitches that face the back and that background stitch. When I turn my work over, this cable looks undisturbed. If you find that your cable starts looking funny on the back of your work, you've probably made a mistake. Immediately after working that T2F3, I'm going to work a T2B3. For a T2B3, I slip 3 stitches to the cable needle, and that's a background stitch and 2 design stitches that face the back of my work. And I'm going to hold them to the back. I'm going to knit these design stitches that face the front by knitting them through the back loop with only its previous color. And then I'm going to work the 3 stitches off of the cable needle. So the first one has 2 loops on the needle. I'm going to purl it, and then I'm going to slip the next 2 design stitches purlwise with my marl in front. When I turn the work over, you'll see that these cables look undisturbed. The whole row is done by alternating between T2F3s and T2B3s.